Our education system just isn't working well enough. It was designed to cater for everyone, regardless of background or ability. But we still seem to struggle to keep everyone engaged.
Just like goes in one ear and comes out the other.
It's interesting sometimes, but most of the time it's just like, can't be bothered.
We just don't seem to learn that much at all.
Each year, 1 in 5 students still leave school without basic maths and English. Professor Dylan William believes it doesn't have to be this way. A former teacher and government advisor, he spent years researching the best ways to improve our schools.
Smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get.
We've asked him to test a few simple ideas and put theory into practice to try and improve our children's education. It's 1 professor, 1 term, and 24 students in the classroom experiment. This is where the experiment takes place. Hartswood School. 1,200 students and 90 teachers in Hertfordshire. It's a typical comprehensive, one of over 4,000 across the country.
Blazer. Put your shirt in, please, thank you.
Over the summer term, Dylan will try to increase engagement and ultimately raise academic achievement. It's the first chance he's had to test these theories together on 1 class.
It's going to be difficult for the teachers, it's going to be difficult for the students, but I think it's going to be one of the really important things that we do to create classrooms in which every student is expected to participate and to engage and to learn. We hope that we'll have changed all students to believe that effort leads to success. Smart is not something you are, smart is something you get.
Dylan is one of the most respected education advisors in the country. He has pioneered research on how to improve teaching and boost student engagement.
Okay, so all eyes this way. Holly, can I see your eyes, please? Harvey, excellent.
This class of 12 to 13-year-olds is Dylan's testing ground. Their form teacher is Miss Jenner.
Have you given your opinion back on those?
What lessons are we going to be doing?
Okay, you're going to be doing geography with Miss Pellett, history with Miss Shepherd, and English with Miss Overbury. Okay? So Sharon, here we go.
It's a mixed ability class.
Emily.
Is it both parents? Are you allowed to, like...
There are pupils like Emily and Chloe, girls who always take part and get top marks.
I do enjoy school, but sometimes it does have its down points.
Normally I want to move on, but I don't get the chance to because the teacher has to work with the lowest possible student in the class, so we can all move on together.
Both Emily and Chloe are in the school's Gifted and Talented programme. Kids like Jessie and Katie find it more difficult to concentrate in lessons.
9 hours of school.
The teachers have to work hard to keep them motivated.
The thing that makes me misbehave or like not listen is again when I'm struggling and I feel like the teacher can't help me, I'll just decide not to do the work. There's no point.
I mostly like practical lessons because practical lessons you're like proper hands-on and it's just like enjoyable, so it's not boring.
Then there are students like Sid.
Sid, who are you going to bring?
He's not crazy about maths and English and doesn't always choose to take part.
At the beginning of the day, I feel a bit worried about coming into school and I dread it because I know it's just another 5 hours of the day, which I think is wasted, and you'll only learn like one thing a week really that you'll actually remember.
Yeah, take 2:30 away from 9.
Mixed ability classes are common in many comprehensives. That creates a challenge. The teachers have to keep the brighter ones interested, but also meet the needs of the other students.
Please, could you write your names on them and I will collect them now.
It's 1 week before the start of the experiment. Dylan wants to get a feel for the class.
Guys, come on, we can't get on with the lesson until you've got this written down. Leah.
Oh, so many people. I promised I'd see them as well.
All of them.
Very good.
What I want you to do, I want you to write that down, okay, that definition.
There don't appear to be any serious behaviour problems, but Dylan notices something he sees time and time again.
Okay, guys, hands up then.
Hands up.
Some kids can't wait to take part,
Can I please have two people right there?
while others just switch off and opt out.
Hands up, what are some of the worst things do you think about the slave trade? William.
Dylan thinks that hands up is one of the most damaging things that happens in a classroom. He believes only a quarter of students consistently put their hand up.
Cool. See a few more hands, guys. I've got the same hands every single time. Emily.
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 Fed thousands.
Yeah, fed the 5,000. Any other?
I try to put my hand up quite a lot because I feel like I'm getting more involved in the lesson.
I think the smart people put their hands up when a teacher asks the question, because most of the time they know what they're doing. And like the shy people tend to sort of stay out of that.
Sid and Katie aren't as keen to volunteer.
I put my hand up in class when I feel like I've got the right answer, but I don't do it as often as the other students because there's only a few lessons that I think I'm quite good at.
Okay, whether it was a lovely picture of maybe that girl...
I put my hand up in class when I feel that I'm 100% confident that I've got the right answer, because if I'm not 100% confident, I feel like everyone would laugh if I got the wrong answer. Even though that's not the case, really, that's just what I feel, and that's to do with my confidence.
It's always the same students putting themselves forward. The more confident ones, like Harvey and William. The kids who generally sit at the front.
Hold on, though. I mean...
The less confident ones, like Jamie and Holly, sit at the back.
Right, we'll put it here, actually. Okay.
Hey, come in, please.
Dylan wants to start by asking the teachers to use a technique he's been advocating for over a decade.
The children who are answering everything you ask them are actually getting smarter. Their IQs actually go up. And there are other children in the same classroom who are foregoing that opportunity to get smarter. So if you're allowing children to volunteer to participate or not in your classroom, quite simply you are making the achievement gap bigger. First change I want to encourage you to make in your classrooms is that when you ask a question, students do not raise their hands and you choose who to answer. It's very hard to do it at random unless you have some kind of randomization device. The way to choose students' names at random is to write their names on lollipop sticks, put them in a pot, and when you've asked a question, just pull out a student's name at random. They know that they...
Dylan knows this is going to be tough for the teachers.
So little techniques like that can really help to make...
He wants them to end a practice that's been a classroom habit for over 100 years.
It's probably going to be a mixture of apprehension, because it's going to be something new. And I think when you do something new for the first time, human nature is you think it's going to fail.
And then tell the students that...
It scares me because it's new. It scares me because it's something that I don't normally sort of think about. I have gotten into the habit of feeling very secure with put your hands up, don't call out. It's that sort of, no shouting out loud. And one of the ways to sort of circumnavigate that is by kids put up your hands, so you've got a sort of order in the class.
Monday, day 1 of the experiment. The teachers are armed with their pot of lollipop sticks.
I feel good about it. I just want to see how it works, and hopefully it will be all right.
Okay.
Maths teacher Miss Obi is the first to take the plunge.
I'm ready.
Maths is one of the most challenging subjects to teach. Comprehensives usually tackle this by dividing the class into 2 ability sets. Miss Obi teaches the lower set.
And if we wanted to write half as a percentage...
It says no hands up except a question.
The theory is that the sticks should engage everyone, even those who dislike maths like Katie and Jessie, as well as brighter kids like Harvey.
The numerator, what you done to the denominator. So
Well done, Harvey. And what
7
is
by
that?
4, and that's 28.
Excellent.
But first to be called by the sticks is another student who likes to stay below the radar.
Jamie.
This one.
Is it correct?
Yeah.
0.5 is equivalent to half. Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you, Ryan. Go back to your seat.
Within minutes, the kids forget the new rule.
Oh, Charlie.
Pick me.
Kira. Did you understand what we did? Can you just in 2 sentences?
Got it wrong.
Look at it.
As the lesson moves on, the kids and Miss Obi get more frustrated.
Thank you, Liam, but there should be no calling out. Thank you. Taylor.
Oh, Taylor's never going to get it.
What should I do? How can I... Liam, will you stop? Excuse me? Yasmin, actually, I don't understand you anymore. What's wrong? Why have you chosen to be naughty?
Haven't.
Yes, you have. You have actually made a choice. Yeah, I have a lot of issues, I would, because I think I'm used to directing questions to the student without having to pick out from without having to pick a lolly stick to ask a question. And I think that is sort of slowing me down a bit. I don't think they responded very well to it because most of them were used to calling out answers. Katie refused to come to the board today when her name was picked because I think she's a very shy student. And Jessie, today when I asked her question, she was like, oh, miss, I don't know it. I'm struggling with pace. I'm struggling with picking out names. So the whole thing is just racing through my mind at the moment.
Next, it's English with Miss Overbury.
How many things can you think of? Which group is going to be the best group? So our first contestant for today is... Can we have some drum rolls, please? Stop. Stop. Harvey.
Sad.
Blue. Sad. Anything else?
It's a boy's colour.
Okay, disappointment and sad. All right, guys. Shh, shh, shh. You fell.
They dropped it.
But what's showing? Put your hands down. Hands down, no, hands up.
Fell.
You were on the right track, actually. Holly. Where's Holly today? Not here, thank you. The kids don't seem to be responding to it very well. They're still putting up their hands. They seem very aggravated by it today. They seem very frustrated. Okay, so what could we say as our point? Shh, put your hand down.
Miss Overbury is worried the top ability students are missing out.
Boys, Sid, can you get some help off someone and we'll come back to you? Can you get some help off someone? Children like Emily, your Chloe's. You've got kids who really want to answer. And it's going to get very frustrating for them when, you can see maybe other students not quite getting it. Let's have a look. Katie, next one.
I'm not reading.
I'm not so sure whether I like it or not. I feel, if anything, it's actually hampering things instead of making things go smoother.
So you know that you did not put your hands up. I will ask.
In science, others like Liam and William struggle to be patient.
The heat goes up and then it cools.
William,
and then...
I know you know, but we're not, you know how we're working today, okay?
You ask people that don't know and it's just pointless.
What I would want you to do is...
When you know the answer, you can't say it. It gets passed on to someone else, and sometimes it's frustrating when you know it but other people don't.
Like a lava lamp.
Stop shouting out, please.
Using my idea.
But my sticks never get picked. So I never get picked.
This is pointless. Let's see.
In lessons, when I wanted to answer a question, my name was never picked out. And it sort of like, it made me get a little bit like frustrated.
Any examples? Chloe?
That's weird.
No, I don't know this one though.
Oh, finally! Your name gets picked and...
I don't know.
Chloe and Emily are only used to putting their hand up when they know the answer.
Okay.
Now they're starting to find out what it's like to be picked when they don't. Dylan wants a classroom culture where it's okay for students to be wrong. For the first time, every child is in the spotlight. There's no place to hide.
I don't know that one.
Dean?
I don't know. Liam, C. I don't know.
Harry?
No, I don't know.
C.
Sharon?
I don't know. I don't like the idea at all because I think it's pointless.
Last one. Harvey.
Day 3, and the teachers still don't like it.
Did anyone get... I want you to put up your hand. Actually, don't put up your hand. I want you to... Sharon? It's really hard if you've really just got a student who just... They really don't want to talk. You know, I mean, they don't really want to put their views forward. For some kids, it can be quite hard.
It's clear to me that most of the teachers are struggling with this new technique, and some of them are quite unhappy with that. But for me, this is really non-negotiable.